Ooh, it is cold out here. Good evening, beautiful people. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Patrice here with the Tax Credit Academy, and I wanted to give you guys a tip today. So, when you are looking for a vehicle, the best way to finance your vehicle is to walk in with lending. Is to walk in with your funding already, right? So I'm at the dealership and what you don't want the dealers to do, most dealers, not every dealer, but many dealers will run your credit all over the place, right? And so you don't want to take those kind of hits. You don't want those inquiries to negatively affect your credit. So what you do is you get with a credit union, right? If you're not in a credit union, you need to get in one. I have a list of several credit unions that I utilize, and they're not all in Illinois. But that's the way that you do. That's the way that you go in when you're purchasing a vehicle, right? Because one of the things that happens is you get here all day. They're going to have you in here for hours looking for funding or looking for financing for you once they run your credit. But then the other thing is you're going to have all of those inquiries unless you go to a dealership that you know for a fact does not run your credit all over the place. Like this particular dealer that I'm in Barrington, they only pull 3 bureaus. So they pull Ford credit, they pull they have their own in-house credit lenders, and then they pull Capital One, right? But most dealers that you go to have a list of banks that they deal with. So sometimes you'll see 10, 12, 15 inquiries on your credit report. But to avoid that, the best way that you come in and you buy yourself a vehicle is you go to your credit union. So prime example, my car cut off on me Saturday, right? Transmission went out. I'm not fixing that. So I'm like, okay, now I'm forced to buy a car. I've been driving used for so long. God is like, okay, boo, it's time for you to upgrade yourself for a change. So instead of coming here and asking them for financing, I called my credit union Saturday morning. My credit union pre-approved me, right? When you pre-approve, when you call your credit union, they can tell you how much you're approved for, how much you can get. So that way, when you walk in, you have buying power, right? Because so say the car that I was looking at originally was $34,000. But when I talked to my credit union said, okay, we're willing to finance you for up to $50,000. Okay, so now when I come here to the dealer, the car that I was looking at was only, say, $29,000. But now I see another truck that I may want, and that's $39,000. Well, now I know I can go up that high because I've already been pre-approved from the credit union for up to $50,000. That's the difference when you walk into a dealership with buying power. And when I walk into the dealer, I'm telling them I have my own financing. So what kind of deal are you going to give me? Because the difference too is when you're here asking them for funding, you have to go with what offers they have. They can change the price, this and that. When you walk in with buying power, that's what we call it, buying power. When you walk in with cash pretty much already in your hand, ready to spend, now they have to listen to you. Now they have to work with you. So, hey, you can ask for whatever. I want a rebate. I want this. Well, I want $5,000 off. I want $2,000 off because the car is about to be paid for in full from the credit union. Like I walked in with a check. You know what I'm saying? I walked in with a $50,000 check. I don't have to spend $50,000. That's the difference. That's the difference when you walk in with buying power. You get what I mean? So that is the way that you want to purchase a vehicle going forward. You never want to just go to a dealer and allow them to run your credit all over the place. You already, are looking to get financed. So you want to do it the proper way. The proper way would be to go through a credit union. If you're not with a credit union, one that you can get in that usually is pretty open. If you're in Illinois, it's called Alliance, Alliant, Alliant Credit Union. As long as you live in the state of Illinois, they usually will approve you for an account, right? But it's a lot of credit unions. You don't have to go to like one specific one. Most credit unions also offer better rates for lending, right? Because many of you who get funded, if you go through like Santander, some of you may have your car financed through like Santander, Westlake, what's some other ones, right? Those are like mid-grade financing companies. So they're going to charge you anywhere between 15 to 25% interest rate on a car. When you go to your credit union rates are usually anywhere between 4, 5, 6, 7%. We good to go? I got to get back to my business, but that's my tip for today. If you need to finance a vehicle, go to a credit union. If you need the list, I have one. Make a comment in this, on this, and you can get on my email list. And my email list, we send out the credit union list. But that is how you want to do financing when you're purchasing a vehicle. All right. Have a good night.